Have the polling stations been opened? Thairu, if you can hear me, what is the situation like in Migori County? Polling stations opened and security tight. I suspect security has to be tight because there were concerns about people were planning to disrupt the elections today.
Well, very good morning to you, Brenda, and we're coming to you live from Migori County. It is the big day for the residents here, and specifically the voters, the 388,000 registered voters in Migori County, as they are expected to decide on who will represent them in the next 4 years in the Senate. And here at Migori is one of the polling stations. If my cameraman Mboro can just pan so that I can give you a glimpse of the voter turnout currently. Remember that Migori Primary School, which is one of the 823 polling stations in Migori County, it is one of the main polling stations, but the voter turnout is really low, and these been a by-election as it goes by the history. Of course, the low voter turnout is expected, but compared with the general election, of course, last year we experienced long queues, but this time round it seems the queues are shorter, and the process seems to be ongoing well smoothly, and it started at around 6 a.m. That's when the polling stations are opened. And I'll just sample some views from the voters here. They had some issues here. Let's start with this gentleman. Kulikuwa na shida hapo awali. Sijui kama imeweza kutatuliwa?
No, I'm just a bit jittery because of the process which is going on. Because you see, we go to the line. It takes you around 2 minutes to vote. Why must is it organized to fail, or is it organized to succeed? Because as per the what we are told, voting should not even take you 1 minute. Why is it? Because because it's just one line voting, we are only voting for a senator. We expect that when you come from there, the person must be directed rightly for which line he has.
How long did it take you to vote?
I have taken almost 1 hour to vote. 1 hour. In the line, now in the process of voting, it takes that long.
Let's get another view from this gentleman. Starting by your name.
Peter Ayacko. I was here by 5 because I wanted to vote by 6. I immediately opened the polling station. But immediately opened at 6, I was number 1. In that station number 5. When I entered, as you see, I've now just voted 3 minutes ago. They enter my name in the VVR. It appears. But now when it goes the second time for the verification, it refuses. It hangs. It happened until they called the IT. The IT themselves, they have taken almost over 1 hour to reach this station, which is very funny, as if they have an idea to fail it. Then coming again is as if he's not even sure of what he's doing in the kit. Wiping my finger, switch it off, and then restarting it. So after restarting, it's when I voted, it's too much. Like I came here at 6 is when I'm voting. So for how many people will vote today? They are discouraging people. It's as if
let's get another view from this voter. Have you voted first of all?
Nimevote tayari.
How was the process?
Ilikuwa sawa. Ingawa tulikuwa na udhaifu kidogo. Tunaambiwa eti aroa kukua karibu. Ndio amekuja sisi kama mimi niliingia pa 10 asubuhi kabisa. Sasa ndio nimevote. Hatujaona furaha, lakini ingawa line haijakuwa vile inahitajika, tunatarajia turnout kubwa vile muda unazidi kusonga.
Naam, asante sana. Maybe can have another view. Umepiga kura tayari?
Mimi sijapiga kura, nimetafuta majina na sijapata jina yangu kwa list ya kupiga kura.
Wamekuambia nini?
Wameniambia niendelee kutafuta majina, lakini sijapata. Sasa sijui ni nini naendelea. Nimekuja asubuhi saa 12.
Mwaka uliopita ulipiga kura?
Nimepiga kura hapa hivi.
Kwa hivyo jina lako lilikuwa kwa ile orodha?
Ilikuwa kwa listi.
Okay. Kwa hivyo utaendelea tu, utapata nafasi ya kupiga kura kwa sababu ni haki yako. Na umepiga kura?
Mimi nimepiga kura. Nilikuwa nimeingia hapa saa 12 lakini niliambiwa niende kwa room 4. Kuenda kwa room 4 nimepata jina langu, nimepiga tayari.
Okay. Well, Brenda, those are just some of the complaints that the voters here are raising, that the process is taking long. My cameraman Namboro, whether I would like to get a glimpse of inside what's happening inside, so that we can know how the process is taking. Just excuse myself, kindly, so that we can know how the process is taking. So, Brenda, normally when voters come, they are identified. Of course, that's the same process. They start from here. From here, you're identified. They confirm whether your name is on the voter register. That's the normal process. And it happens that the process is taking long in terms of the confirmation of the names. And that is the complaint that most voters were indicating, that it's taking long for them to be identified, whether their names are on the register. And that's the normal process that should happen before you're given the ballot paper, so that you can decide on who will be representing you in that elective position. And to be precise, this one being for the senator. And remember that this by-election, we have 6 candidates who have already shown interest for this position. And we have 2 main contenders for that position. That is the ODM candidate, Ochillo Ayacko, and the Federal Party of Kenya candidate, that is Eddie Okech. Those are the 2 front runners for that process. Brenda, this process seems to be taking long. If you can see the device itself, it's been restarted. I think this is the same issue that most of the voters were raising, that is taking long for them. But it's the process that should be followed. That's the normal process that should be followed, Brenda. We will be crisscrossing Migori County just to get a glimpse of what's transpiring in other polling stations and whether there is the same problems. And we expect that Ochillo Ayacko will be voting in Awendo at around 10:30. And of course, we have information that the Federal Party of Kenya candidate, that is Eddie Okech, will also be casting his ballot at around 11. And so we'll be bringing our viewers those live pictures as they cast that ballot. Brenda.
Thairu, before I let you go, it's just a major concern that residents of Migori have raised. It looks like the IEBC was not prepared, because issues of the identification process, it's been a major concern for those residents, because they're saying, one of them, I heard him say that it took at least 1 hour to be cleared. And you're also talking about the device being restarted again.
Well, Brenda, if I can go by the word of the IEBC commissioner, that is Professor Abdi Gulie, is that they had prepared themselves to ensure that the exercise gone on smoothly. But it happens that the machines are really letting them down. For instance, since I came here, walked in here, this gadget, the identification device, is still being worked on. They're restarting it so that they can try to identify whether the next voter, his name is on the voter register. And I think this is the process of the complaint that most voters were raising. But it happens that these are just gadgets. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they work. And we hope that at the end of the day, the process will continue. But as it stands now, it happens that the gadget itself is really hanging, and these are just gadgets, Brenda. But let's hope that the IEBC, the plans that they had already made, that the exercise will go on smoothly, although there are complaints already that most voters here are taking more time than it is expected. Remember that there are others who came here as early as 4 a.m. and some of them are yet to cast their ballot due to this delay of the identification device.
Lastly, Zairu, as we bring this conversation to an end with you so that you can go to other polling stations, last night when you're giving us a live link on KTN News, of course, during Checkpoint, you mentioned about concerns that there might be concerns that some people who are planning to disrupt the election. Is that the situation? And what about the security situation on the ground?
Well, Brenda, these were just allegations from one of the candidates, and that was the ODM candidate, Ochillo Ayacko, who had actually from Friday, he's been claiming that some of supporters and especially the MP for Kuria West, that is Matthias Robbie, is planning during this exercise, but those are just allegations as we speak for now, because there has been assurance by the county commander, that is Noah Katana, assuring the voters here that the process will go on smoothly as it has been planned by the IEBC. They have already ensured that every polling station has a total of at least 2 police officers armed, and this time round they have also they have a support from the National Youth Service. At least they are beefing up, helping so that the process and the security apparatus can work as planned. Brenda, just back to the device, I see it has already now started working. As I told you, these are just machines. Sometimes they go down, sometimes they work, sometimes